that God's moral standards are to reveal our need for a Redeemer. And that is the primary purpose of God's moral standards, not just to reveal His holiness, but it is to reveal something to us that we are in need of a Savior. God's intended purpose of moral law is not to make a way for people to get to God. I just like to simply put it like this: the Ten Commandments are not a ladder that you climb to heaven. The Ten Commandments are a measuring stick in which we measure ourselves according to the holiness of God. Here is the moral standard of God that is given to us, and when we measure ourselves according to that moral standard, we see we fall short. How many fall short? All fall short, because all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So the moral standards of God are not given so that we can find a way or make our way to God, but the moral standards of God are given so that we would see how we measure up to the holiness of God and see that we fall short of that holiness. Therefore, we are in need of a Redeemer. We're in need of a Savior. We're in need of God's grace. Let's just do an experiment here this morning. Let's take the 7 abominations, since that's where we're at here in Proverbs 6. Let's take the 7 abominations and let's see how we stack up to the 7 abominations. Number 1, a proud look. Have you ever been proud? Have you ever looked down your nose at someone before? Has there ever been a time in your life in some way that you were proud and that you tried to elevate yourself over someone else? Okay, so why does God give moral standards? So that we measure ourselves according to His holiness. What do we find? We fall short. You say, why don't we go on to the second one? I'm not real comfortable with that first one. Okay, a lying tongue. How you doing there? Ever lied? Little white lie? Little exaggeration? You ever lied? Of course, we'd say we've all fallen short. We have all, listen, we're talking about something serious here. We have all done something that is an abomination to God. I'm telling you, we can keep going down the list. It doesn't get much better. You say, wait a minute, hands that shed innocent blood. I've never shed innocent blood. Okay, maybe true. That's good. But then we remember that when Jesus was on earth, that He took these moral standards of God and even elevated them even higher, because He said to the religious leaders of His day, you say you have not murdered, but I say to you. Here's Jesus' interpretation of the moral standards of God. I say to you that if you hate your brother in your heart, I say to you that if you say to your brother, you fool, you've committed murder in your heart. In other words, the same kind of hatred that it would take for you to hate your brother, to call your brother a fool, that's the same kind of hatred that it takes for murder. So if we take Jesus' understanding of the 7 abominations, that's certainly not good. Not good for us. Devising evil in your heart, false witness, sowing discord. Again, if we just come to these 7 abominations of God, and when we measure ourselves according to the things God hates, we all come up short. We are all guilty of breaking the moral laws of God. We don't even have to go to the 10 Commandments. We can just take the 7 abominations, and we fall short. And again, we shouldn't minimize this. We're talking about a holy God, and that we have all done things that are an abomination to a holy God.